Okay, we're going to take a look at the end of the day projection charts. These are daily charts of the S&P cash and see where we stand within the projection picture. We'll start with the very shortest term offsets, and that would be this one right here. And as you can see, we have some very short term offsets here. This was a simple crossing. We had gone a little bit below over the last day or two and then crossed up above today. So it was a very short term offset that was already met. This little green box shows you that projection area. So that does not come into play today. Let's go out to the next longer offset and see where we stand on that one. Now this one is interesting. This projection was just met today. It was generated back here this day when we went above both of these offset lines, the red and the blue offset lines, and we finally reached into that projection window today, which makes it very interesting. These offsets, we'll take a look at them here, are 7 and 8. They're for what we call nominal 20-day projections. These may look like funny offsets for nominal 20-day projections, but the nominal 20-day projection is based on calendar days, and these offsets are based on market days. So without getting too involved and complicated into explanations, we'll just tell you that this is a nominal 20-day projection, and it was reached for the first time today since it was initiated a little over a week ago. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 2 weeks ago is when it was given, and we finally met that today. So is this an important top here? Well, we don't know. We have to look at the next projection chart. And the next projection chart is this one. And as you can see, this one is also given an upside projection, which has not been met. So that answers the question as to whether the projections tell us that we've reached any kind of important top yet. This projection, we'll take this down so you can take a look here. The blue line joins the midpoint of each one of these bars. And as you can see, we went above the red line here, and we went above the blue line here. So by this time, we had confirmed the projection by getting above both offsets and waited and went sideways for a few days, and now it looks like we're making our way up towards this projection. These projection levels are 29.56 to 29.80 and change. So that's what the projection is telling us, and that's a nominal 5-week projection. The next longer projection is even higher. So as you can see, we're getting groups of higher projections here. Now, this does not necessarily mean you go directly up to that number from here. You can go sideways, fiddle around in this area, whatever. But until or unless this projection is either met or invalidated or negated by the price going back below these offset lines, this is the projection we should be looking for. And now we're talking 3017 to 3033. Let's take a look at the next longer offset. This one, well, this projection is still outstanding from way back here when we got these crossings back in February of this year. And we kind of temporarily invalidated by going below the offsets here, but have now gotten back above the offsets again. So we won't be concerned with that projection at this very moment. This is a much longer term offset, and this is actually given a much higher projection. As you can see, this is the December 2018 low down here, and we have now crossed above both these offset lines, the red and the blue, giving very significantly higher projections. And I, in fact, would have to go, let me move the screen down so we can get an idea how far up this projection is. There we are, way up there. We're talking about 3100 to approximately 32.35. That's a big move that we're talking about from here. And again, this projection will remain in effect until it is either met, that's way up here, or invalidated by moving back below these lines. That's where we stand by the market close on June 18th.